looks like it worked. Yay. I was going to say it's a little wonky today, but it's just me. I'm a little wonky today. I tried to show the comments that were already on the page on the screen before I had them automatically showing, but let's say hello to some people. And it says there was an error on Firmly Rooted Greendale Facebook page, but it also says it's working there, so I'm not sure. Teresa, good morning. Hello, Colleen. Thank you for reposting. Hello, Vivian. And hello, Colleen. Jody, there's a pretty flower. Thank you. Karen, good morning. Hi, Connie. Good morning. Nice to see you. Hope you are well. And the rest will keep showing up there in the corner as they go. Let's jump in. I'm trying to think if I have any updates for you. It's been a little bit of a rough morning. If a Tom ever shows up here instead of me on my days, it's because he offers to do them for me when I'm not feeling well. But here I am. The Lord got me here and will get me through, so yay. Mornings just take me a while to wind myself up right now. All right, we are on You're Invited to Remember, Meditate, and Reflect. Day 66. Psalm 143, verse 5. I remember the days of old. I meditate on all you have done. I reflect on the work of your hands. Again, that's Psalm 143, verse 5. Those three words, remember, meditate, reflect, offer us a way of slowing down and connecting with God during our busy lives. To remember means to recount or be mindful. Moses told the Israelites over and over, remember. That's in Deuteronomy, right? We can do the same thing by asking this simple question. What has God brought me through in my life? We've all got those things, right? After we've focused on what's happened, we can go deeper by meditating, which simply means thinking about something in an intentional way. It's not just recalling specific events, but considering who's behind them. We can ask ourselves, where have I seen God's hand in my life? Once we recognize God's hand in our lives, we can reflect on what He has done for us. As David often showed through his Psalms, this leads to gratitude, praise, and spiritual growth. We can ask, what am I grateful for? And what have I learned that will help me grow? We live in a world that tells us we must always keep moving. But sometimes what we need most is to pause for a few moments. Sometimes we go forward by looking back. Sometimes we make progress by being still. Let me read that again. Sometimes we make progress by being still. Isn't that so good? Where can we be still, right? So good. Okay, anyway. What am I grateful for and what have I learned that will help me grow? We don't always need to keep moving. Sometimes we make progress just by being still. I jumped around in there to get those important parts again. Sometimes silence is where we finally discover what our hearts really need to hear. Isn't that the truth? Excuse me. Sometimes everything is just so loud and we need it to be quiet, right? To hear what our hearts need. Sometimes silence is where we finally discover what our hearts really need to hear. Let's offer our hurried hearts the gift of a few moments to remember, meditate, and reflect. So good. And Psalm 143:5 says that we're going to do that. I remember the days of old. I meditate on all you have done. I reflect on the work of your hands. So let's offer our hurried hearts the gift of a few moments to remember, meditate, and reflect. I know I've been redundant, but I think more of us need to do that. And I think today we're being called to do that. Our thought for today, God, I'm pausing now to remember, meditate, and reflect. So if you have a piece of paper in front of you, if you have this book, if you have your planner, whatever, what are you going to meditate on today? What are you going to reflect on today, right? The work of his hands is what it always takes us back to, right? And the work of his hands is always good. Even if we don't see the good in the time that we're currently in, when he's working, he is good. So that's what we're going to meditate on today. And you're just to jot down in your journal, in your planner, on your napkin as you're eating breakfast or having coffee, how do you want to remember, meditate, and reflect today? Let's do that together today. I know what I need to do. How about you? It's good stuff. All right, that's what I got for today. Looks like we have a couple more minutes here. I think we said hello to Connie. Hi there, and Emily. Good morning. I see a few more watching. I don't see any more comments. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day today. Another chilly morning. Feels very fallish, but looks like it's going to be nice, high in the 70s. So make sure you get out in the sunshine today. I think that's all I've got for you. As you go about your day, reflect on what he's done for you. Meditate on it. Remember it. Take a few minutes. Turn your palms up, right? Give him your day. Thank him for all he's given you. And then go about that day being a blessing to others. Love y'all. Bye-bye.